If I had to start from zero today, and my goal was to make $10,000 a month as quickly as possible, here's exactly what I do. The first thing to realise is that 10k a month isn't this mystical, unreachable number. People hear it and think it's life-changing, and yes, it is, but it's not impossible. In the OFM space, it's very achievable as long as you're strategic. So think about it. If your agency takes 50% of a creator's earnings, that means for you to get 10k, your roster needs to generate 20k total. That's 2 or 3 good creators, not 20, not 50, just a few serious ones. And I know this works because I've done it. My agency hit 485,000 last month in revenue, but it didn't start there. It started with a few creators and systems that worked and an obsession with scaling properly. The 485,000 didn't come from luck, it came from building the foundations I'm about to lay out for you. So, if I had to start over, the first thing I'd do is focus. Too many beginners spread themselves across crypto, e-com, dropshipping, SMMA and random side hustles, and that's simply why they never make money. But if you want speed, you have to go all in on one vehicle. For me, that's OFM. One focus, one mission and one direction. That's how you compress time and hit 10k fast. So, what is the first step? The first step is simply acquisition. You need creators, but here's where most new agencies mess up. They'll sign anyone with a pulse. They'll grab creators who have no content discipline, no consistency, no drive, and then they'll sit there scratching their heads, wondering why the numbers don't add up. The truth is, not every creator has the potential to scale. Not everyone's going to tell you that. Some of them do have ceilings, and you can waste 6 months trying to push someone who just doesn't care about the work and they're not treating it like a business, and that's why qualifying is everything. If I had to start again, I'd spend serious time learning how to qualify properly. I wouldn't just ask, do you want to make money? Because everyone will say yes. I'd look at track record, I'd look at consistency and mindset. Are they already putting in effort? Do they create content regularly, even without results? Because you can help them get the engagement. Do they respond quickly and do they communicate clearly? These things matter more than follow count. That's just a vanity metric most of the time. Or even sometimes it doesn't matter what they look like. If the consistency and the drive's there, that's the main factor. So then you see OFM is creator dependent. Like vertical scaling, where you increase the revenue of one creator, only works if the creator themselves has the work ethic and personality to push. You can't scale laziness. So I'd rather have a motivated girl and take her on at 1k a month than a lazy one come to me at 10k a month. The motivated one will double, triple, quadruple with support and beyond. The lazy one will just drag you down. So step 1, sign the right people. Step 2, scale them vertically. And vertical scaling means maximizing the earnings of the creators you already manage. So this is the fastest way to cash flow because it's right in front of you. And let's say you sign a girl who's doing 3k a month. With proper chat systems, better PPV structuring, upsells, custom menus and consistent content, you can actually push her to 6 or 7k very quickly, and that's an extra 3 to 4k without signing anyone new. So with your 50% cut, that's an additional 1.5 to 2k for your agency. And then multiply that across 2 or 3 creators and suddenly you're at that 20k mark, which equals your 10k. Now, the benefits of vertical scaling are clear: speed, simplicity, and cash flow. You're not wasting time finding new people, you're just making the most of essentially what you already have. But there's a big risk, and this is a big but. Dependency. If one creator is carrying you and she quits, your revenue evaporates overnight. And I've seen this happen to agencies time and time again. They get comfortable with 1 or 2 big earners, those girls leave, and the agency collapses overnight, just like that. That's why horizontal scaling matters as well. Now, horizontal scaling is about signing more creators so your revenue is spread out, instead of depending on just 1 or 2 heavy hitters. You've now got 8 to 10 mid-level earners as well. So the upside is stability. If one leaves, it hurts, but it doesn't destroy you. The downside is that it's harder to manage. You need better systems, you need a better onboarding process, you need more staff. And without those, every new creator you add just adds more chaos. Now, here's exactly what I do starting from zero. I'd first go vertical. I'd sign 1 or 2 strong creators and just push them hard. That gets me fast income, builds my cash flow, improves my systems. Then once I'm consistently at 10K a month, I'd start layering in horizontal scaling. So signing more creators to then spread out that risk, almost like a pyramid. You're like an A, B, and a C team. Now, this is where the real work begins, building systems. So hustle will get you to 10K, yes, but systems is what will take you way beyond that. You need SOPs for onboarding, SOPs for chatting, SOPs for content creation. You need accountability systems for your staff, your chat managers, your QAs, relationship managers. If you don't build this, scaling horizontally will quite simply put break you. And that's why most agencies fall apart after hitting, say, 100K a month. And they're still running on the hustle. They haven't built this machine of systems. The truth is that scaling isn't just about revenue. It's about the strain. When you push to the next level, every crack in your business will then get exposed. So if your onboarding process is messy at 10K, it will be complete chaos at 50K. If your chat team is sloppy at 20K, they'll implode at 100K. That's why building these systems early is so important. And another thing I'd focus on if I had to start again, clear financial goals. Too many people say, I want to make more money. Now, that is not a goal. That's just wishful. That's a wish. That's wishful thinking. A real goal is I want to hit 10K a month in 90 days. That gives you something to reverse engineer. I need to get a 20K. So, you need 20K in creator revenue. That means maybe 3 creators doing 7K each, or 2 at 10K and 1 at 5K. And now you know exactly what you're aiming for. Numbers will create clarity. And I want to stress this again. The importance of qualifying creators. Most agencies stay stuck under 10K, not because they don't work hard, but because they're working with the wrong people. If a creator doesn't have discipline, doesn't show up, and doesn't care, nothing you do will move the needle, or there'll be a limit on what you do. You'll just burn energy and get nothing back. That's why at my agency, we built the tier system. So we don't treat every creator the same. Now, what I mean by this is if someone shows hunger and potential, they get more resources. If they're lazy, they get less. That is simple as that. This dynamic allocation is what allows you to scale efficiently, because resources should follow potential, not just current revenue. Whilst revenue is a factor, current potential is probably more important. So let me recap the formula. If I had to start again, I'd do these 3 things. Sign only qualified creators, people with hunger, not excuses. Scale them vertically for the quick cash flow, and I'd focus on maximizing what you already had in front of you. Now, once the cash flow is there, expand horizontally as soon as you can. Add more creators for stability, but only with systems in place. That's it. It's simple, but it's not easy. It requires focus, discipline, and accountability. Most people will get distracted. They'll waste time on cold showers, morning routines, and motivational hacks, instead of just doing the one thing that matters. And that one thing is signing creators and scaling them. That's all the game is. And when I started, I made mistakes. Granted, you will as well. And I wasted time with low potential creators, but I learned and I built. And now the agency is at 485,000 a month. That's the power of doing the basics right and scaling properly. So, if I had to start again, I wouldn't reinvent the wheel. I'd do the same thing, just faster and with more focus. Qualify hard, scale vertically first, build systems, expand horizontally, and hold myself accountable for every single day. 10K a month isn't just luck. It's math, systems, and execution. If you actually commit, it'll come way faster than you think. So thank you for listening to this one. If you want to find out more about what we do, click the link below, and I'll see you on the other side.